Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon, and this week we have our full moon in Scorpio, which means I get to use my favorite analogy for our Scorpio moon, which is the werewolf. Yes. I love thinking about the process of a person turning into a werewolf when I think about the transformations that we go through during Scorpio energy, especially when we have our nice full moon in Scorpio. It is an agonizing process, honestly. When you think about a person transforming into a monster, they are often screaming in agony. There are bones breaking. You can see muscles and flesh tearing as things start to reform and reshape. And it's a terrifying process. But there's always something so much more powerful at the other end. You know, you take like a butterfly, you've got a beautiful, lovely little butterfly. And when they're a caterpillar and they go into their chrysalis, what happens to them is they basically dissolve their entire body in acid and they become goo inside of this chrysalis and they just reform into the butterfly. So even something beautiful, light, and enjoyable goes through very intense times in order to transform and become what they're going to be next, which is just oh so fitting coming off of our new moon eclipse and everything. As I said, get ready to lock it in. So let's get going. Well, hello Aries. Certainly started a good shadow work journey with our new moon. So this full moon, what have we addressed? What are we ready to release? Taking those thoughts, I wanted to go back into the deck. Oof, patience. My lighting's doing interesting things. 3 wands and 2 of wands. Pressure is building. With our patience, pressure is building. We start with our 2 of wands, moving and progressing into that 3 of wands. Now we're not just waiting around hoping and dreaming. We have a plan. We know where those ships are. We have a schedule, when they're going to come in. And we're putting in a lot of work to continue to progress. Steady. This feels like a lifetime and also no time at all. It's very hurry up and wait. We're ready, we're plotting, we're forming, we're working. We are pulling everything together. We still need to take our time, be patient, even while we are racing towards our future. Those are the words that came into my head. Sorry, I was also just staring at that crow raven. You can't tell without comparable size and tail feathers, I tell you. Or when they're like flying. But lately I've seen a lot of ravens, and they are not common this far south in the state. Actually, they usually tend to live farther up north, but there is a horde. I know it's a murder of crows. What do you call a flock of ravens? Because there's a lot of ravens that have just like moved into the area. So keep an eye out for those ravens. And the progression here. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, but I think a part of the reason why it feels like it's so hurry up and wait, like we're putting in all of this work, all of this effort, making all of these plans. And yet, what's slowing the wheel down is putting our focus, our cups, our emotions into too many places. Dissatisfying places at that. Places that are not bringing us fulfillment, a sense of balance, reciprocity. And the more time and energy that we spend putting into those cups that are not serving us, the longer it's going to take. Doesn't mean you're not going to get there, but it is going to slow you down. Carrying all of that water will slow you down. So I think our challenge here is, again, to turn around, stare into the face of death. You see that skull hanging out up there by that cup? That's the satisfying cup. That's the fulfilling cup. That is the cup that sits on the top of this Wheel of Fortune. But in order to get there, we have to stop looking and putting our time and energy into these toxic, poisonous cups and stare into our own toxicity, our own poison, and make it clean. Because it is good. What is behind all of that dark and scary shadow work, all of that hard stuff that we have to face about ourselves? That light is tripping me out. We'll see how it comes out in the final edit, but we just keep, I don't know, it's kind of rainy and cloudy outside. Candles lit, so whatever's going on with the lighting here. Yeah, we're moving in and out between the light, balancing the two worlds, trying to push ourselves forward. Again, moving through the muck. But address our darkest sides right now, because that is going to take us to the top of that wheel. We're just going to stick here. Honestly, this is the message. This is what it is. We need to figure out how to take our own unhealthy wants and desires and not banish them, not shun them, not hate them, but work with them. Learn how to use them to your advantage, because your shadow wants to see you succeed too. Your shadow loves you more than anything else on the face of this earth. It will tear its own self apart for you, at your will, your behest. So if you can control it, if you can direct it, which means you have to look at it, you have to talk to it, and figure out how you can express this darkness in healthy ways, that's the golden ticket. And I say that because all this time I've always known the Ten of Cups is sitting at the bottom of the deck. Emotional fulfillment, completion, satisfaction, happiness, that sunshine that we've been working on, waiting for, moving towards. Don't slow yourself down right now. Pay attention to the signs and go in deep with yourself on this full moon. Release those toxic, negative attachments and work with your shadow. We're all here to help. Have a good moon, Aries. We'll see you next time.